Alright guys, we're continuing with our Is a McLaren Reliable series. We've been to Gateway, Colorado, we've been to Montrose, we've been to a lot of places, and we can't forget that we drove the car from Scottsdale, Arizona to Colorado when we bought it, and that's across a couple of states. And today we're going to be taking you to Palisade, Colorado, which is actually a pretty famous little town. It's like a wine town and peach town. And we're going to be going over there to try out some tacos, but we're going to be heading out. We've got Elise over here.
Hello.
Yes, and we're excited. All right, so the cat is out of the bag. If you go on carsandbids.com or bringatrailer.com, the two auction website, you will see that people know, like it's common knowledge now that these cars are amazing. People will be on there and be like, this is the best car I've ever had. It's reliable. I have 40 or 50,000 miles. It's really well built. It's a really good car to drive. Well, that's why we're doing this series. That's why we're on the highway. We've got the AC going. We were just listening to the music. We're super comfortable. And we're driving out to go get some tacos. We're driving out pretty far. And we're gonna be continuing this journey, and we're gonna just keep making these videos that just drive the point home of how awesome these cars are, of how cool they are. I am on a mission to turn the tide. I am on a mission to personally change the narrative on this car to the truth. Alright guys, to the left of us is Mount Garfield, and it is actually one of the hardest hikes to do here in town. And I'm sure if you drive by Western Colorado, because this is 70, you'll see it, but that's Mount Garfield, and all the way in the top is a flag, and that's kind of like the point where you've reached a hike. But this is considered one of the hardest hikes, and we might be able to show you, or I'll just pull a picture off the internet. But when you start, you're just going straight up on these little humpy dumpy things, these little funky little, like, I call them like camelback things, and they're just wild. I mean, they are really, it's cool, but this thing is really famous, Mount Garfield. All right, there's the entrance, guys. So you actually have to go up right here in this little hump thing over here, right there. It's crazy. We've done it twice. It is insane, dude. It is insane. Here recently, I did the oil change on the 12C. I think it had 2,000 miles since I've done the oil change. And I also made a video about it because I wanted to finally do a video on it. And it took me about 3 hours while doing the video, and Elise was helping out. But yes, she was filming. Now, we gotta remember, guys, none of this would be possible if Elise wasn't filming. I mean, she does an awesome job. But the cool thing about it is that, you know, at the dealership, McLaren would charge a pretty penny to do the oil change on this car. But I really think most DIYers could do it. And now that I've done it a couple times, I'm only building on how to make the process easier and better. If you saw my video, I had a lot of like tips and tricks. But in all truth, I mean, I really think the car is pretty straightforward with the oil change. I'm gonna say here at Driver's Therapy that you need to replace the oil every 2,000 miles. Like just do it every 2,000 miles. And I think the car is gonna be really happy. I know when I dropped the oil, I didn't have it, you know, sampled or anything like that. But you know, it was pretty dark, and that was just 2,000 miles. But besides that, I mean, this car is such a joy. I was listening to the guy who owned the car before, and like, you know, he drove it he put like 2,000 miles like on a month or something like that. It was insane. So I mean, this car is just a tank, and it's just really good to drive. All right, we're getting off on the exit of Palisade. It looks like exit 42. And like I said, this is a very popular town for, like, they do wine, they do like little wine carriage, like little wine carriage tours. Looks like they're redoing the roads here. All right. Our luck that they redo the roads. You know, Colorado's always redoing their roads like this. It's so annoying. They call it chip seal repair. They essentially tear it up, leave it torn up for like a couple of days, and then they come fix it. But anyways, there's always construction in Colorado. But this place, it's, in my opinion, it's very touristy. You know, like a lot of tourists. Not only that, this is kind of like one of the OG places where you could buy weed at. This was like one of the first towns in the Western Slope where you could actually go and, you know, buy some weed and stuff like that. But what it's really known for is its peaches. It's called Palisade Peaches. And of course, right off the highway, you have a Palisade Peach Shack or whatever. But they're big on the peach things and big on the wine things. And I mean, a lot of people come down here and they do like wine testing. They eat the peaches, get some pies, and stay in these like little like bread and breakfast places. If you look over here to the right, you can see there's like people parked there. They're about to get on a tour on that little tram thing to go tour the peaches and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool little town. Like for us, we don't really come down here with the exception of like, you know, maybe a restaurant. And there's an art gallery that's pretty good. It's called the Blue Pig. It's actually pretty legit. And yeah, I mean, look at these little signs. They sell fruit, but again, peaches. It's all about peaches. And I've had the peaches here before. The peaches are pretty cool. I mean, they taste good. I mean, they taste like a peach. I'm not like a peach connoisseur. But one thing you want to be careful around here is, you know, is the cops. They definitely are always watching how fast you go. You gotta be careful about that. And hopefully they don't have this farmer's market. They have a farmer's market here that they always do, and if they have it, it's gonna be hard for us to do what we need to do, but we'll see. All right, we are driving back from Palisade. We stopped and we got some tacos at this taco place. So the problem with growing up in San Antonio, Texas, is that your standards for tacos are like, my standard for tacos is insane, so I'm real picky. So, but you know, it's a beautiful day. We sat outside, and it was funny though, because like we sat where we could see the McLaren, and people were going crazy over it. There was a kid who the entire time we were eating, he was taking pictures with a decent camera. So I gave him my card and I told him, you know, send me a few of those pictures. But yeah, then we stopped at this art gallery, which is pretty nice. We've gotten some stuff from there. It's a really cool place. And now we're driving back. So yeah, I mean, like I said, the McLaren is just a great vehicle all around. And now we're heading back, and we've done another journey and another adventure in the McLaren because it's reliable.